But back in the 1960s, the exploits of the Starship Enterprise didn't just inspire people tinkering around up there in space. You see, while some young fans were blown away by the idea of going to distant galaxies, others were more interested in all the things we took with us. And some of them would spend a good part of their life trying to make those gadgets happen 3 centuries before they were supposed to. My favorite Star Trek toy was about to hit the streets. Ah, the good life. Ever since his days as chief engineer at Motorola, Marty Cooper has always known how to relax. But back in the early 1970s, one thing was really bugging him. Can anyone answer the phone? Ah, typical.
Think of the world back in 1966. Almost all telecommunications was by wire. You wanted to talk to somebody, you had to plug into a wall. In the entire United States, there were perhaps 50,000 car telephones, and even they didn't work very well.
Yep, back in those days, the state of global communications was a bit of a drag. All those missed casting calls, lost date opportunities, and why? The more Marty thought about it, the more he realized there was only one answer. An impossible dream. Or was it?
The people are fundamentally, inherently mobile. They move around. They never would want to be leashed, tied to a desk or to their home or to their office if they have a choice.
One day, during a break from his heavy schedule of pondering, Marty happened upon an episode of Star Trek and a piece of 23rd century technology that would change his life and take the whole world with it.
Hi, Captain.
And suddenly, there's Captain Kirk talking on his communicator. Talking with no dialing. That was not a fantasy to us, although to the rest of the world it was. But to me, that was an objective.
Mr. Spock, found a whole layer of these silicon nodules of yours.
Do not damage any of them.
Oh, I think this thing is genius.
Explain.
The idea of having voice recognition, where we didn't even have it in a laboratory at that time, and the idea of being able to talk not only to the next floor of the Enterprise, but to people on the planet, all of those things are clearly a part of our path today.
Thanks to Star Trek, Marty and Motorola had the inspiration they needed to build a telephone that had mobility, a mobile phone. Soon, Marty had cracked it, and the brick was born.
The very first portable cellular telephone. This portable cellular telephone was before processors, before large-scale integrated circuits. We had a few integrated circuits that combined maybe several dozens of parts, but there are literally thousands and thousands of semiconductor devices in this box. It uses a huge amount of current. The back part of this telephone contains battery. This phone weighs 40 ounces. A typical modern cellular telephone weighs 4 ounces or less.
Okay, well, it wasn't quite as cool as the communicator, but it was the start of the communications revolution that would sweep the globe and change the face of human interaction forever. And to think they said it'd never catch on.